Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Louise Rostron and I worship at the 10:30 service at Christchurch. All my life, I've really loved reading. When I was a child, I think I drove my parents to distraction by reading late into the night when I should have been asleep. And whenever my mother got up in the middle of the night, I'd quickly try and flick my light off because I heard her coming. And more often than not, I got caught and I'd get a telling off, quite rightly so. But reading for pleasure has been a big thing in my life. And whenever we go on holiday anywhere, usually it involves a trip to a second-hand bookshop beforehand and getting a stack of books to read. During the lockdown, I did enjoy some books, and then I decided that I would really like to alternate reading for pleasure, reading a novel or a biography, and reading a Christian book. And over the years, we've gathered quite a few Christian books in our house, and I picked up this one, which is God's Unlikely Path to Success: How He Uses Less Than Perfect People, by a man called Tony Evans. And I was attracted to the title, but I really liked the way he talks about Moses was a murderer, Rahab was a prostitute, Jonah ran away, and he goes through biblical characters. And one thing I really like about the Bible is that it portrays people how they really were. It doesn't dress them up. It pulls no punches really about the characters of people that God works on and that God uses. And I think that's so encouraging because most of us are way less than perfect. And yes, of course, God gives us different gifts and different talents, and it's really wonderful to see people who have a lot of talents using them for God, and that's really great. But a lot of us sometimes feel that we're very ordinary. And I remember someone telling me once how much God can do with an ordinary person who's submitted to Him. That we don't have to be extraordinarily talented, but that God can work with whatever He's given us, whatever's inside us, if we submit ourselves to Him. And I find that really encouraging. And the other thing that came to mind was this passage in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, where Paul is talking about the thorn in his flesh that he asked God to take away, but that God didn't take it away. And God said to Paul, "My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in weakness." And so Paul then says, "I will all the more gladly boast of my weaknesses, that the power of Christ may rest upon me." So I think that's just so encouraging too, that God uses our weaknesses as much, if not more at times, than He uses our strengths. And that's the thought I leave with you today.